Hey everybody, what's up? It's Scott the Frozen Gamer, and today I'm going to be ranking my collection. Ooh, I just got down too low. I'm going to be ranking my collection in a tier list. I saw Tabletop Turtle do this. Go check out their channel. And I'm going to go through each game as quick as I can, ranking them from S tier down to whatever. And this is putting them in the tier list does not mean they're my favorite game or not my favorite game. Some of my games I might be putting in a tier list that isn't my favorite, whatever. You kind of understand. Sorry for the weird camera angles. This is the best way to get the games in. And yeah, let's do this. So the first game is Karuka. I did a video on this one. This is like Crokinole. And I got this from England, is where you can currently get it. I think they're going to be selling it in America soon. You can go back and watch my how to play on this one, but it's kind of snooker mixed with Crokinole. This is S tier. This game, we play all the time. It's a little bit more accessible than Crokinole is for younger kids. And the mistakes are more forgiving. Such an amazing game. Highly recommended if you want to spend out a massive amount of money on it. Let's go run through the house, Crokinole, another game on our wall. This has got bumped down to probably about a B tier because of Karuka, and we just don't play this anymore. It's more wall art than it has been played until my kids probably get older and get a little bit more dexterous. There's our bathroom. Okay, I haven't thought of these ahead of time, so this is kind of all on the fly. So right here is Dominant Species. This is like my GMT section going across the top here. So Dominant Species, definitely A tier. It's a long game. That's the only reason why it's not S tier. Such a great area control kind of chaos game. In the Shadows, Resistance, France, 1943 to 1944. I have only played solo at this point. I think it would be better two players. Personally, they're two like completely different games, but probably like about a B tier right now. Plum Island Horror is an A tier. It will move up to an S tier once they release the new expansion, because it will fix the problem of the game's too easy right now. I love this game. It's one of my top 10 games. It just needs a slight fix there. Same with American Presidency, probably A tier right now. This is like a 20-hour solo game from G&T where you get to be the president. And it is coming out with a second edition just to fix some of the flaws of the first edition, mainly the rulebook, which is amazing, and it walks you through everything, but the pages are off. So it's really hard to find things when you need to find them. Next shelf down is starting with Cosmic Encounter. This is my favorite game, but I'm going to only put it in A tier right now. People say it needs the right group, and yes, some people will bounce. Usually like 95% of the time this game works, though, I think, in my experience, and I've played this a ton of times. Most people that I've played with have loved the game. There have been a few that have bounced off of it. The reason it's not A or S tier, though, instead of, I think I said A tier, I meant to say A tier, is not S tier, is because this is everything, like all 7 expansions or whatever. And I've gotten it down to 2 big boxes and 2 small boxes with some aliens in there, and the rest here, and I have an organizer and everything. But Fantasy Flight really needs to come out with a giant big box. Station Fall, another one of my all-time favorite games. This I'm putting in an A tier, though, because it is just hard to get to the table. It plays better with, I think it plays better with more people, around 6 or 7 probably. It's just a giant chaos game. The rules are easy, but there is a lot of them. And Battlestar Galactica, I'm kind of down to a B tier on Battlestar Galactica. I'm keeping the game because, I mean, it is BSG and it's an amazing game, but just kind of lost some of the luster over the years. I've played it a million times. Okay, I'm shrinking down lower and lower. We're going to start with History Maker Golf. This is by Play, Plaay. They do sports simulation games, is what they're most known for, and this is a golf one. This is a really good simulation sports game. I'm not even into golf, watching golf, but this is really fun to play. I'd give it probably a B tier. We got Nothing Personal, Tom Vassel's game. And to me, this is an A tier game. This game is fantastic. I have loved this game for years. I don't know why it doesn't get more press. I think it's a fantastic game if you like thematic games. Camel Up is a good... I'm wavering between B and A. Probably give it a B tier. It has some of the best experiences that you can ever have, but some games don't go crazy enough, and that's what the game's about, is these crazy camels racing. So probably B tier. Challengers is an A tier game for my family, because my son absolutely adores this game. This is one of his favorite games, and we have a blast playing it. Meeple Circus is on my chopping block of games. It's a fun dexterity game. You won't see many dexterity games on my shelf. This is a fun one. But it's on the cutting block, probably a C. Plus the seals. This is like the very first edition. The seals in it kind of like are wobbly, which already makes a hard game even harder. And so it's like you never want to use seals in this game, in my version at least. We're going to slide over this way and quickly talk. This is my kids' game shelf. And we're going to talk about a few games here. So we got Concept. This is a nice B. Whoa, I'm off screen. This is a nice B tier game for me, probably A for my family. My son and daughter both love the game. They both pick it up, even my almost 6-year-old daughter. Haunted Mansion, Call of the Spirits game, is going to get a B tier as well. This is a great game for kids and for adults. Once kids are able to start reading, this is a great game for them. Tsuro is a C tier game, but it's great for any age, kids to older adults that may not play games to younger adults that may not play games. You're just kind of following a path. C tier game. D tier game is ice cool for me. I would love to get rid of this, but my kids still like it. Sliding over on the kids game shelf is a couple of restoration games, Crossbows and Catapults and Fireball Island. These are both my son's games, and they'll both be getting in between a C and B tier. I'm gonna go C for Crossbows and Catapults, B for Fireball Island. Crossbows and Catapults, the reason we get a C is because my son doesn't even want to play it the full way. He just likes shooting the buildings down and seeing who can knock the people over the first, but we don't use any of the powers. And I think that's where the fun of the game is. Fireball Island gets a B tier. It could be an A tier. This game is crazy fun, stupid fun game with all the expansions that are hiding behind the box there. But the problem with this one is the setup and takedown. I just never want to do it. So, and until my son gets old enough to want to do it himself, I have a hard time getting it to the table. Okay, we're down to the bottom shelf here. We have 3 games here. First one's My City. You'll see that I have gotten rid of all my campaign games. I just pulled out Vagrant Song and Freelancers because I just don't get to campaign games. My son and I have already started this one, but we haven't played it for about a year, and I do want to finish it though before I get rid of it, which would probably be just recycling at this point because it's used. But it is, I'd say, a B tier game for me. It's easy to learn, quick to play. That my son picked it up, over a year ago when he was like probably 7, maybe even 6 years old. Cubitos I've never played. As far as excitement to play it, I've had this game on my shelf for a long time, and I've tried to pull it out with my family, and every time we pull it out, we start the game and play like 1 round and then stop. So it's kind of fallen down to like C tier. I do want to play it before I cull it though, if I do cull it. Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig has jumped up to an A tier game for me. I just always want to play this game solo. I like Castles of Mad King Ludwig better for multiplayer, but this game solo has been one of my go-tos and I love it. So Blueprints, A. Okay, back to my GMT games. We're going to start right over here. The Bell of Treason. This is a 2-player game that you can play solo as well. I really like this solo. This is an A tier game for me. It's about it's 1938 Munich crisis in Czechoslovakia. It's about Czechoslovakia's decision of what they want to do in World War II, if they should just surrender right away or if they should try to like build up a resistance before. Grand Prix I haven't played yet. Just got it in a math trade recently. So this is probably about a B on my excitement level to get played. Cuba Libre is an A on my excitement level to get played. Also, all of these are math trade games, these 3. And really excited about this. Hopefully going to get this played around my birthday. And then an S tier for wanting to play is Fire in the Lake, which is also a coin game like Cuba Libre, but I want to start with Cuba Libre first because it's an easier game to learn. Fire in the Lake is about Vietnam, and that one is an extremely hard game to learn, but I like the theme better than that theme. So, super, super excited to play that. Okay, next up, we got Brussels 1893 Belle Epoque. This game, Brussels, came out a long time ago, and I wanted to play it then. I saw Rado do a review on it and playthrough on it, and I never played it. Finally got this version in a math trade, and, or no, I didn't get this. This was heavily on sale. So this is brand new, never been played, and probably about an B on my excitement list right now. Marco Polo, The Voyages of Marco Polo is an A game for me. This is it's a Euro game. It's very restricted, very tight money-wise, very tight movement-wise. But it sings to me. When Eurogames sing to me, I love them. So A tier. Halls of Hegra is a wonderful solo game about World War II in Norway. And this gets currently, I love the game. I'm going to give it a B tier because I don't want to relearn the rules to play it all the time. That kind of goes for all of these games. Pavlov's House and Castle Itter are both World War II battle games, solo games in the States of Siege series by David Thompson, and probably both a B tier right now just because I don't want to relearn the games to play them, even though I loved my experiences of playing them. Okay, getting a little lower here. I'm going to start off with This War of Mine. This is a game that you don't want to play too often because it's really sad. It's about, I believe, like the Bosnian type war that happened out in that area, Bosnia area, Serbia. And you're playing as refugees or people, just civilians trying to, not refugees, civilians just trying to make it through the war. It's super sad. I've never won. I've never come close to winning. It's based off the video game, which I've also never won. I've only played that a couple times. But yeah, super good thematic game, really sad. And I just play it solo. Black Orchestra. But did I even say anything? Would I rate this one? Probably an A tier. Black Orchestra is an S tier game for me. This is you're trying to kill Hitler. You're trying to assassinate Hitler as resistance. You're not as resistance like through, I believe it's mostly German resistance in the game, if I can remember correctly. And so you're just trying to come up with a plan and gather stuff to assassinate Hitler, but you need to time everything right. If you don't, you get usually maybe one attempt as long as you have a plan B going. But super thematic game. I know they just did another Kickstarter for it like 10 years later. Race for the Chinese Zodiac. I played this game once. It's gotten really not great reviews overall. Our group loved it, and I'm going to give it an A tier from my one play of the game. It's a game where you're kind of like predicting how other people play, but it's a racing game where you're going, and it's all based off the Chinese Zodiac, the animals. You're an animal from the Zodiac. And we just had a great time playing this game. I don't know why it got such bad reviews. Now we got a couple S tier games from Whirligig, Cole Whirley's company, and designed by Cole Whirley and Joe Kelly in the case of Molly House. Pax Pamir is all about Afghanistan, and after that, and trying to like influence as it was recreating itself as a country, and just a wonderful, deep, crazy game. There's nothing else like it. Same with Molly House. There is nothing else like it. That's why I give it an S house. It's a roll and move game, but it's got this like little mini parlor game that you play inside of it as well. And it's a lot of just trying to work with each other and work against each other at the same time, but not in a like destructive semi-co-op way, but more in a just like this really unique semi-co-op game. I love the theme is all about gay men in the 18th century, I believe, in England, and just trying to be themselves, and you're trying to get joy in the game. That's the winning condition. So huge game for myself that I really, really enjoy the theme of. Okay, we're down to the bottom again. We got my Dead of Winter trio here. And we'll kind of rank these two together because they're basically the same thing, and I'll give them a B tier. They have slipped over time. This used to be an S tier game for me when it first came out. We played it a ton. It's still a great game. I played it a lot. I've never played Warring Colonies. That's why it's still here. But it will be, it's probably like a B for excitement. I've had it for a while now and just never have gotten to it. I need to get the right size group together to do it. So that's that. Sky Team is probably sitting at a C tier for me. This one will likely leave the collection soon, but I do want to give it a couple more plays before it goes. Hit the Z Road is a B tier game for myself. This is a zombie survival game, but in a not the typical way. It's through card play and dice rolling, and not like moving characters around and trying to kill zombies that way. You're just rolling dice. It's a really easy game. I played with my son and his neighborhood friends, and it's gone over really well with them. And thematically, it's one of the best thematic games. It's like this, the people that made the box of the game and all the components that made it. Like it says hit the road, and they took like an old game box and put Z Road because they're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and it says like my zombie got written over. Like the components are like bottle caps and like just stuff they found along the way, a credit card and stuff like that. So super thematic, super cute game of zombies, and it's not like your typical zombie game. Okay, next up we got some Euros here. We'll start with Castel. This is probably currently sitting at B tier game. It's a really unique game, man. You're building like, man, I don't know why I just said man. Men and women. This is a really unique game, and you're building these human pyramids, and you're actually building them, and that's like the focus of the game. But you only score your best one throughout the game, so you build them like 4 times or so throughout the game, but you only score your very best one that you did. There's other scoring methods along the way. Clinic I've never played. I got this from the Kickstarter. It's a complex game. This is probably A tier of wanting to play. So Prodigal's Club I got in a math trade, and it's probably sitting around a B tier. I've wanted to play this since Last Will came out, which this is based off of, or expanded upon as far as game design goes. So really excited to play this at some point. You're trying to lose everything instead of win everything. Bruges is an S tier game for me. This is one of my all-time favorite games. My favorite Stefan game. I've talked about it. I did a review on it that I showed when I auditioned for the Ice Tower. The Ice Tower. Man alive, I cannot talk today. The Dice Tower. I auditioned for the Dice Tower. That's in another video. And I review and talk about my thoughts and how to play on Bruges. Okay, moving down a shelf, we start with the Fox Experiment. This is probably a B tier game for me. My friends Caitlin and Caesar gifted me the game, which I'm super happy about. I played the game multiple times. You're trying to breed foxes and make them domesticated, which is controversial in itself, but the game is, I think, pretty sweet. It's completely solid multiplayer solitaire for minus like one aspect of the game, but for the most part, multiplayer solitaire. The catch though that makes it so good is you name your foxes as you play it, and that just is like one little hook that makes it like go from like a C tier to a B tier in my plays. Orichalcum I played one time and then got it super cheap from a market type of thing where you're selling used games. Why can't I think of the word? And so really good game, really smooth. I believe it's Bruno Cathala, right? It's Pandasaurus. Both of these are Pandasaurus. Just super smooth game. Only played it the one time. Haven't played it since I've owned it, but I do want to get it to the table. Again, probably kind of sitting at a C tier right now, but could go up with another play. Cora, I got in a math trade. My first math trade I ever did. I didn't really know what I was doing. I don't know why I put it on the list. So this one might go before I play it. Not sure yet, but currently sitting at C tier. Legacy, the Testament of Duke de Crécy is a worker placement game, an old one where you're literally building a family tree. It's super cool concept. I've only played it solo at this point, and it's sitting at a B tier, but I really like A tier as far as playing it multiplayer. Okay, I'm gonna stay off camera on this one, but we're gonna point, oh, can my hand reach? Up here, we got, oh, there I am. Blood on the Clock Tower. This is a tier game for myself. I played it online. I started the Blood on the Clock Tower, Dice Tower, unofficial Dice Tower shoot-off when Tom was doing the Dice Tower Werewolf videos. I introduced a bunch of people to Blood on the Clock Tower and started our community. It's still running today. I don't play anymore with it, but my buddy Sam kind of took it over and took the reins on it and has led it to a very group that still plays like 5 years later all the time. There's a spider on my ceiling right up there. You might be able to see it in the camera. And this is Final Girl. This is S tier for me. This is the first 3 seasons. I'm waiting to get the new stuff for season 4 when it finally comes out as a Kickstarter or GameFound or whatever they do for that. But just an unbelievable solo game. So thematic. Actually, I'm probably going to drop it to an A tier. One of my favorite games of all time. Let me get in the camera why this is an A tier for me. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Final Girl. But once you get to have that much game of it, the setup and takedown is kind of ridiculously long for what it is. It started out super simple. You just open up the box, take both sides apart, take out the pieces if you're going to play one. And it's still simple if you play one. But I like to mix and match now where I have like the Final Girl from one set, play the monster from one set, playing in the location of a different set, and that requires 3 boxes, maybe actually 4 boxes, because I need the cast and crew, I need the base game box, and then I need both of those boxes, and it's just a ton of setup. So I'll usually play it twice or so before I take that down because the setup is so long. That's the only reason, but as far as gameplay goes, oh man, S tier for gameplay. But in this situation, where I'm talking about the overall thing, A tier game. We'll move to this shelf right here, and we'll start off with FIFA France 1429. This is an A tier game for myself. This has been one of my favorites over the year. It is a long game, though. You need to have 5 or 6, and I like to play it with only 6 players, max player count. And it's troops on a map game, led by the lords and ladies in the game. the most thematic of this style game I've ever played. There's a lot of luck in it. There's craziness in it. If you ever play it, make sure that everyone knows about the plague cards that will come up twice per shuffle of cards. Otherwise, people can get really angry about that because it is devastating and random. So there is randomness in the game. I play with all of the expansions are in here. I play with the politics expansion and part of the tactics expansion just for troops. And the tactics politics adds more craziness where every single lord and lady has a power or deficiency to them. And it just adds to the craziness and like unseriousness of this game. Panamax is an A-tier game for myself. Fairly complex, heavy game. That's probably not as complex as when it first came out, but still a complex game, I'd say. About shipping. It's like a pick up and deliver game through the Panama Canal. What's really cool about it is that there's this pushing mechanism where you kind of like push ships in front of you through, which can help you like kind of move ships around. Really, really cool. This game was super hot when it first came out and like died off completely. No one talks about it at all anymore, and people should be playing this game. Space Cadets Dice Duel. This is kind of like the much more popular Captain Sonar, except this is all dice rolling instead of just writing on paper and stuff. So to me, I never want to play Captain Sonar because I like the dice rolling, and that's part of the chaos of it all, is that you're just constantly rolling dice like Escape from the Temple or whatever that game is, or Project Elite. You're just constantly rolling dice, but still have that team aspect to it where everyone has their own jobs. It's just chaos. I've always had a blast playing it. I'm super tense by the end. My back's like all tight by the end, but it is so much fun, and I will give it an A-tier game. Strike is probably a C-tier game. It's just a good one to play with the kids or non-gamers. And still holds up. I like it. Some people don't. Then we got River Valley Glassworks. This is the deluxe edition with the glass stones in it. And because of that, I'm dropping it to a B tier. I like the game. It's super simple, super light. I paid way too much money to get the glass stones in it. I wanted the glass stones. I love glass art. If we went upstairs, it's like my entire living room is filled with glass art. But as far as a game, it just costs too much for what it is. It's like this super simple, light game, and I paid a ton of money to get it. So that's why it's dropping in my collection, but it's a great game, and you should play it. Okay, sliding down a shelf here, we'll start with Quirkle, and this is going to be a C-tier game for myself. I just played it a lot on the phone. I've barely played it in real life, but on the phone I played it all the time when that app first came out, and it's a really good thinky game. And Mensa Select game, if that means anything to you. But good abstract game, but I played it a ton. Alien, Fate of the Nostromo. This was the first game I actually sat down and played with my son, so it gets a little bit of a bonus of like my first like adult game that he understood and grasped for whatever reason when he was like 5 years old. I got this as a gift from some friends. And it's probably a B-tier game. For me, it's a pretty simple like kind of move around, and it's similar to Horrified. If you played Horrified, you have to like do these like Among Us type challenges and get those done while staying away from the alien. And good game. It's a good game. It's underrated, I think, and it has some nostalgia aspect for myself. Mysterium is a B-tier game. Again, I've just played this game a ton. It could be an A-tier game probably if I didn't play it so much and lost some of that excitement over time, but it's a wonderful game. Pretty much kind of a classic at this point, I would say. So that's Mysterium. Roll for Adventure is a C-tier game. This one's still in the collection because my son likes it. It's a co-op game, somewhat simple co-op game, I'd say. Overall, it's got a cool like adventure theme to it with these really cool skull pieces. It's like one of my favorite components are these little skulls that are in the game. But probably a C tier. It's in the collection because my son still likes it. Then we got an S tier game. This is Cribbage. And for me, Cribbage is the game that I have been playing since high school. Still play it to this day a lot. I got some fancy new pegs, which are in a bag, but you can kind of see them there. They have like little gems on the back that I got off Kickstarter or off Etsy. And I love Cribbage. I'll play it whenever I'm bored. I'll play it on BGA. I don't play the physical copy nearly that much, but BGA, I play it all the time. I used to play tournaments when I was in high school all the time online. A site called Ladder Monkey. If any old Ladder Monkey people are out there and see this video, please, please, please comment, because that was like a big part of my high school time, was just playing cribbage online when I was bored on Ladder Monkey, which used Yahoo Games to play the game, of all places. Okay, we're down to the bottom shelf again. We'll start with Nations. This is, to me, my favorite. I've played a lot of the, I've played some Civ games, including some of the more popular ones, and Nations is my favorite. It's abstracted, it's all card play. There is battling in it, but it's off of the cards and not even card play. It's just like where you rank by playing your cards with fighting on them. So super cool game. I love it. I haven't played it in a long, long time though. And I just recently got this one in a math trade, so I can play it again. Glenmore. Oh, what did I say about Nations? Did I give it a ranking? I probably rated a B. I might have just said A, but probably a B. Glenmore 2 Chronicles, and there's the expansion, is an S tier game for me. This is one of those Euros that just sings for me. It's unbelievable, unbelievable game. I can't wait to play it more. And then it's a ratchet mechanism, as the Dice Tower likes to call, where you can move as far forward as you want. But the more you move forward, more people are going to get turns to get other stuff behind you. Onitama is probably a C tier game. My son still likes it as far as a 2-player abstract. That's like one of our top ones. I still like it too. I'm just not a big 2-player game person, so that's why. Okay, here we're going to start with King of Tokyo. I have the power-up expansion in here, plus one of the extra monsters. This is probably dropped to a C tier game for me at this point. Again, I've played it a ton. It feels childish to me when I play it. Some games I like are a little bit more serious. Even my not serious games don't feel like, I don't know, it just feels childish to me. That might not be true to most people, and I apologize if you don't believe that, but to me that's what I feel, and still a good game though, still in the collection for now. Monikers, I haven't played Monikers yet. I just got rid of Time's Up Title Recall to get Monikers because I like the cards in Monikers a little bit better. They're a little bit more universal, and you don't need to know all old people, and even if you don't know people, then it's okay, and you can mix in stuff that isn't people as you get more of the expansions, I believe. So Monikers is taking my collection. Time's Out is in the to get rid of pile. Hadrian's, so this is a great party game, so probably about a B. Hadrian's Wall is about down to a B for me, again, just because I don't want to relearn the rules. Otherwise, it would be an A. It's a great roll and write game, very deep roll and write game. But the rules for playing it solo, which is the only way I would play it, is, I just don't want to learn the rules all the time. So that's why it's a B. Running with the Bulls is another game that did not get well reviewed overall, but I think it's a blast. It's just got this, let me pull this out. It's got this Mad Magazine-like art on it. The game board's even more crazy than this cover is. And you're moving down paths with dice, and they're being chased. Your dice are being chased by the bull's dice. And it is just kind of this goofy light game. It's works really well for kids if they can read again, because they have to be able to play cards. But highly recommended for kids. It's still fun for adults, like as a late night goofy game. Harmonies is an S. Oh, what did I give it a tier? A tier. For just goofiness. S tier for Harmonies. This is my favorite of this new style game that's similar to like Cascadia and any nature type of game. This has just been my favorite. I love it. It's so thinky and deep, and the art is absolutely beautiful in it. Highly recommended. If you haven't played it yet, I've upgraded the only thing that I didn't like in the game, and I give my friend Guami some credit on this, is that the orange cubes that you put on pieces to kind of denote that you can't use that piece anymore to score with, I replaced with a lot of cute little mini animals that I got off of Amazon. Heading down a shelf here, we'll start with Ahoy. Ahoy I haven't played yet. I've read the rules. I've kind of played it solo, multi-handed solo, and I would give it, off of multi-handed solo, a B. I'm excited to play it with people though, so as far as excitement wise, an A. Carcassonne is an S tier for me. This is just an all-time classic for me, and an all-time classic in the whole hobby gaming sphere. And I just play it base. I don't have any expansions. I do play with on the apps. I play with expansions, but base game, I just love the base game as well. So I just think it's such an amazing game. It blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind when I found out you could start a game with one tile and build the map out, build your board together as a group, but still make it competitive. That idea, you know, I take it for granted now, and I think a lot of us do, but that's a revolutionary idea. I think, I don't even know if Carcassonne came up with it first, but that whole tiling, making a map, and that's your player board as well, just is like, who thinks of that? That's genius. On Tour is an S tier game for me. This is my family. My son is my favorite roll and write. I just played it with the neighbors as well. Such a good roll and write. Everything kind of, you plan out this map and then things start going wrong. It has a little bit of chaos in it, which if you see my collection, I like games with a lot of chaos. So it does have a little bit of chaos when things start to fall apart and your map that you thought you brilliantly made ends up scoring you like 17 points. So that might frustrate some people, but for us, we love it. The Climbers is a C-tier game for me. It's a beautiful game of trying to build up. It's an abstract game. You're trying to move your guy up to be the tallest on the tower that you make through these beautifully colored wood blocks. And it's a fun game. It's thinky, but it's kind of like a filler at this point, and it's in my collection because of my son. Okay, we're moving down to the bottom shelf again here. We're going to start here with Formula D. I have two maps hidden behind there. This is probably a D tier game for me. This was one of my first purchases I ever got because I love racing and car racing in real life. And I love racing games as well. And this is my racing shelf, or part of my racing shelf. And this one is just not that great of a game. I don't think there's a runaway leader problem. People overthink turns with their dice rolling. It's kind of complex. If you try to like if you make the game from taking it from like basic level to more advanced level, it gets a little too complex for what it is. I save it because my son just likes rolling dice and moving cars around the map. Thunder Rolls here is an A-tier game for me. This is by Richard Lanius. It's a stock car game, NASCAR style game, and it uses the Las Vegas mechanism where you roll dice, and if you roll like 3 threes, you can put those 3 threes in the section. That's like the first half of the game. And it's like area majority by how many dice you get in the section. Straight up stealing from like Las Vegas. But it is, and then the second half you play cards and move you around the board faster. And it's really clever. It's a really clever racing game, really odd racing game. And I love it. And it just feels like as you play it, the mechanisms don't feel like NASCAR, but the actual way the cars are moving around the board feels like exactly like a NASCAR race. Also, we'll give an A tier for Flamme Rouge. This is a bike racing game. I love watching the Tour de France every year. And that feels like a bike racing game. Everyone's in the peloton, and then slowly a bike will race out to the front as a breakaway, but then the peloton, like a shark, comes back and eats them up. And that guy that took the breakaway might have tired out and falls way back by the end of the race. And then people like crack and fall off the back, and you just kind of forget about them because you're controlling 2 racers. So you focus more on the other one and let the guy that cracked that fell off the back just kind of stay in the back. It just feels like a Grand Tour race. So Flamme Rouge and A. Okay, we'll go to this shelf next. We'll start with Roll Camera. I bought this from Chloe Worley at that market that I went to. And I got it super cheap because the box is heavily damaged here, but I don't care. The components are in great shape. So I played this just solo. I want to play it with multiplayer because I think it would go up. It's probably like a C verging on B right now for solo play, but I need to play it multiplayer. It's a co-op game where you're making films, and it is fun. It's just, I think it would play better with multiplayer. Gempire is a game that was never released, and it won the Ion Award, and it is such a wonderful game. And it was struggling with the crowdfunding online, but I won this in a contest because I helped play test it a bunch of times, like 3 times, I think. And I won it in a contest for that. And I'm so glad because I love this game. I really think it's a gem of a game. No pun intended, Gempire. But it's probably like a B rating as far as overall game goes. It can really bounce for some people, I think, because it's really math. You're doing a lot of math in the game of adding up scores, adding up points that you have. Not points, overall points, but there's this thing where you get like intermediate points for different parts of this. It's a city building game. So different parts of the city that you're building, you're like keeping track of your points that that part has gotten. And that gets really, really mathy and can take some time up. So that's why, but I love the game. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Everyone knows about this game. Everyone knows how it's broken. Some of the scenarios are broken, but I've always had a blast with it. Probably B tier for me. And then The Search for Planet X is a pretty in-depth deduction game. And for me, it is a B rating. It is really hard. I play it solo and I get beat every time. I play it in person and have had mixed success with that, but everyone's enjoyed it. It's really hard though. It's a hard deduction game. I realized I missed 2 shelves, so I'm gonna slide back over to my other part of my shelves. Okay, let's talk about this shelf here. Petrichor, S tier game for me. This is the collector's edition. I got this in a trade and I had the regular edition first. If you have that, that's totally fine. This just has kind of everything in it. And S tier game, and I rate the regular edition an S tier game too. It's super unique. You're like raindrops moving around in clouds and you fall down, and then it's this area majority game of which tile your raindrops land on. Your raindrops are what's counting the area majority. Really unique game. Again, nothing, got compared to Dominant Species just by the area majority part of the game. Is nothing like Dominant Species. I love both games, but yeah, this is one of my favorite games of all time. And just so well done. Components are well done. Everything about it's just amazing. Apiary is a game I haven't played yet. I got this from a store that was closing here in St. Paul, and I got it last minute and haven't played it yet. I multi-hand played it solo, or at least part of a game solo, but wait to give it a grade until I actually play it. Excitement level, probably, I love the art on it, which is why I bought the game, but excitement level for the actual game, maybe about a C verging on B. Aquasphere is a game I just got in a math trade just very recently in July, and that is, I haven't played it yet. I did multi-hand solo it just to kind of get a feel of it. I love it. I love Stefan Feld. I've loved all 4 or 5 games of Stefan Feld that I've played, and this is an S tier to get to the table. I really want to play it. I really enjoyed my multi-hand solo play of it. Tavarua is a B tier game for me. This is a surfing game by Cody, what's your last name? Cody Miller, who just did, he did Zaya and he did Iridia, the new big campaign game. This is a surfing game, push your luck game. If you've played Skate Summer, it's the first half of Skate Summer, not the moving around the board. Skate Summer, I don't know if they purposely stole the mechanisms from Tavarua, but it's very similar mechanisms for that first half of Skate Summer. I love this version. I didn't like the second half of Skate Summer that much. This is just distilling it down to that first half. You're moving around, you're surfing, you're pushing your luck, you're riding waves down, and such a great game. It's really underrated again, and not many people know about it. They know his big games, but they don't know his little small game, and they should. Bottom row, we got Tokyo Highway. I've never played that game yet. It's kind of a weird, it's not dexterity so much, but you're like moving these highways over each other and under each other. Looks cool, never played it. B and wanting to play it. This is Awkward Guess, deduction game, never played. B and wanting to play it. Lords of Baseball. This is an A tier game for me. This was kind of a passion project. It's kind of a baseball simulation management, not simulation, baseball management game. And a lot of rolling dice, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And the pictures crack me up because you got to put your pictures in the game if you wanted, if you paid enough money on the Kickstarter. So there's like all-star players that are like 60 years old, and it just makes me laugh every time. Mind Management is B tier for me. It's a great one versus many deduction game, trying to find the guy that's running around solo while he tries to beat up the other guys and keep them off the path. And I played this multiplayers, and I've played it solo, and I've liked it every time. Okay, onto this little shelf here. We got Maple Valley. I just got this game from Barnes & Noble. It was on clearance and picked it up. I played Creature Comforts and really enjoyed that game, so I thought, well, I might as well try Maple Valley at this price for what the game was on clearance. And I just multi-hand soloed it 2 nights ago. The day I got it, and I probably an A tier for wanting to play. It's much more thinky than this art would you'd expect from this game, and I think it's even more thinky than Creature Comforts is. And I don't know if I'll enjoy it more than Creature Comforts or not, but I really enjoyed my multi-hand solo play of it. Crystal Palace is an S tier game for me. This is just another Euro that sings for me. It's really heavy, lots of rules going on. It's all about the First World's Fair in England. Just really cool, heavy Euro game that I love. It's just so smooth, in my opinion. Then we got Cthulhu Death May Die. I've got 2 more boxes down here and 2 more boxes. Yes, you can see them right here of Cthulhu Death May Die. I couldn't fit them all on one shelf, so I had to kind of move them around. This is an S tier game for me. And it's just the best Cthulhu old Elder God type game for my taste. I got rid of Eldritch Horror to get the first box of it. And I was super happy because of the story, even though there is no built-in story in these. There's scenarios, but there's not like built-in story. The story that is told in this game is so much better than the Eldritch Horror or Arkham Horror games, where you get these like cool little bits of story that are actually written on the cards and stuff, but they're never coherent. They never make sense linearly. This one has no story, but the story that emerges from the gameplay does make linear sense to me, and that is why I love it so much. Going down, down, down. So we have 2. The only one to talk about here is Devastation of Endines. This is like a Street Fighter-esque type of game with like these anime characters. It's by Level 99 Games. It's a really fun game. I have had it for a long time. I'm waiting to play with my son. I keep pulling it out every once in a while and we try it and he bounces from it. I hope when he gets older that he will keep playing it. I have little tuck boxes I've made for every faction in the game, every character in the game. And I hope he eventually likes this game. If not, I will probably get rid of it because it is a 2-player game. And I don't really play many 2-player games, but I've been saving this one for him. Okay, moving to this shelf here, we'll start with Abyss. This is a B tier game for myself. My favorite artwork, my favorite cover art and artwork in a game, probably of all time. I mean, look at that. And it doesn't say anything on the cover. It's just that mug of a face. And there's multiple different cover arts. This is the main one, and it is my favorite one. Gameplay is pretty unique as well in this set collection type of way, but it plays super smooth. It's just, I think there is better games out there, but I still love this game a lot. Happy to have it in my collection, B tier. The Fog, I've only multi-hand solo played it. I got it in a trade that happened on BGG, and it's a game I wanted when I first read about it. I multi-hand solo played it. It's probably about a C in wanting to get it to the table. And my excitement to get it to the table, I do want to get it to the table at a C, is just kind of ranking it from S to C or S to D, and it will get to the table. I'm super excited to try it. I just don't know if it's going to stay or not. Wrath is currently an S tier game for myself, and it is a brand new game from Chip Theory Games, kind of factions on a map game, and it's very procedural but very quick, and I've had a blast. The games have always come down to the wire with me. This game is currently on my table, so this is actually just the box lid that I put it in because I have been playing it solo a lot recently and with the neighborhood as well. And that is Spooktacular by Level 99 Games. This is where you're monsters from 80s movies that come out on the board and you're eating and scaring the patrons of the movie theater. There's 20 factions in the game. They all play completely different. It's a super simple game. Anyone can pick it up and learn it. It's not difficult at all. It's a very lightweight game, and I'm having such a blast with it. This game is more tight of a game, probably a better made game. This game I'm having more fun with. This is probably the game of the year for me as far as game goes, and this has probably so far been my game of the year as far as enjoyment goes. Okay, down to this shelf, we got Oros. Oros is a game that I haven't played yet. I haven't even multi-hand soloed it yet, but my excitement to get it to the table is probably around a B, maybe an A, probably B though. And this is a game that I got in a math trade, surprise, surprise. And it is about like this volcano forming and like land changes, something like that. I've been excited about it since it came out. This is a collector's edition and really want to get it to the table. Among Cultists is here. This is the base game with all the expansions. I played it at my friends that are get-together that we have twice a year. I talked about it in one of my videos. And then I got this in a trade, not a math trade. I got rid of Last Light for it. And I'm excited to try out the expansions and see if the game plays. I loved my experience of the game. I found it that it might be heavily favored for the bad guys in the game, for the cultists. And I want to see if the expansions at all and the different maps and different things that the expansions bring or the different roles. We only played it very vanilla. So I want to see if it's changes that up and makes it a little bit easier for the good guys in the game. So my last shelf here, I already talked about Cthulhu Death May Die, S tier for me. And then I have Seafall. Why do I have Seafall? One of the biggest busts of a game in my time in the industry since 2010. Why is this a legacy game by Plaid Hat Games, Rob Daviau, on my shelf? Well, my name's inside the game on a sheet of paper. I playtested this game when it was first in playtesting form. There's fun elements of the game. There were some broken parts of the game that we told him about. He did fix one of them, I believe. Another one, he definitely did fix one that we talked about, that our group talked about. There was another one that we just said there was like a runaway leader issue a bit, and some of the exploration isn't as exciting as we wanted it to be. And that did not get changed from what I've heard. I haven't played this game. I'm waiting until my kids get older so we can sit down. This is one of the only campaign games left in my collection, and I'm saving it because my name's in it, and I want to play it, even though I've heard, it got panned universally. So, Seafall, sitting in the bottom corner of my collection. Okay, I'm going to go off camera here and just go to my small box collection now, which is all on my top shelf here. So, Fake Artist goes to New York, B tier. Really good change on Chameleon if you played that, or Insider, but this is with art. I like this better. It's easier to hide yourself and less worrisome being the bad guy. Drapolter is probably A tier game right now for myself. This is a game that shouldn't work. It's so dumb of an idea, but so genius at the same time. You're just dropping shapes, and the first one to drop a shape gets a bell, which is a victory point. 5 victory points wins the game, but if you drop a bell, you lose that point as well. High Tide is a B tier. I just reviewed this one recently from Marceline Lyman, who I have the utmost respect for as a designer and person. 2-player game, that's the only reason why it's a B tier. It might be C tier just because I don't get 2-player games played that often. But great game overall, highly abstract game, but really fun, super quick game. Rainbow is a C tier. This was for getting River Valley Glassworks. I got a token and got this game for free. So from All Play, it's a very simple game. That's why. It's a little too simple for myself. S tier for my glass ponds that I got from Jen, Rado's wife, a long time ago. As I said, I love glass art, and that's what she does for a living. And then my game, S tier. Biased, but this is a trick-taking game by myself, making friends on the first day of school. It is in the publisher's hand currently, but who knows what's going to happen with that. So next up is Hooky. This is an A tier for me. Just a wonderful deduction game about kids skipping school. Kind of a weird theme, but all the money that went from the game, or a lot of it at least, went to charity. The designer passed away, unfortunately, sadly, but what a legacy of a game to leave behind. Draftosaurus is a tier game for myself as well. You're drafting dinosaurs and putting them on your little map and trying to put them in the right spots in these little like mini game-esque type of things that score you points. Play this a ton on BGA. I played it in person as well with this game copy, and I just love the game. Super simple, super fun. Panda Royale is an S tier game for myself by Last Night Games, and this is a game I've touted everywhere. I just saw it on the shelf at Barnes & Noble, which made me so happy because I said this game needs to be in mass market stores. It's a dice rolling game. It's similar to Yahtzee, where you just roll dice and score points. It's way better than Yahtzee or any other dice rolling mass market game out there. This game is worth every penny. It's like $40 for a bunch of dice and a very light game, but it's worth it. I have had so much fun with this game with everyone I've played it with, gamers, non-gamers, kids, adults, everyone. Alpine Trails is another Last Night game. Currently probably a C tier game for myself, B tier for my family, maybe A tier for my family. It's like Carcassonne, but lighter. Just super chill game. Let's move my game out of the way. King Domino is a B tier. I've just played it a lot. What a great game, though. Spiel des Jahres winner. Did it win? I think it won. Bruno Cathala, one of the designers who I have realized is one of my favorite designers because I own a lot of his games. Longshot, the dice game, is a great roll and write game with horse racing. I played it a ton, so probably down to a B tier. I've been debating if I should keep it in my collection or not. This one beat out Ready, Set, Bet, which I already got rid of out of my collection because I like this one better. French Quarter is my first review copy I ever got, staying in my collection forever because of that. That's just a memento. It's probably a B tier. It's a good roll and write. There's some production issues that I mentioned. I did a review on it. Obviously, I got a review copy. So this has some production issues that cause the game to go down a little bit, but otherwise it's a great roll and write game. Stay Cool, I haven't played yet. My friends played it before and I listened to them play it and wanted it, so I finally got it for super, super cheap somewhere or in a math trade. I don't even remember where I got it, but it was super cheap somehow, or I didn't have to get rid of much in a trade, and I got it, and I'm excited to play it. My son really wants to play it, but I don't think he's quite old enough yet, so I need to find a group of adults to play it with. Flip 7 is a game that I thought would be a D tier game, but it is an A tier game. This game is just a lot of fun. It's silly, push your luck game. Not much more to it. Flip 7. Seventh Inning Stretch is a baseball solo game. It's from the Solo Game of the Month series, and this is a B tier game for myself. It just got reviewed by the Dice Tower, by Tom of the Dice Tower, and he said it didn't feel like baseball. I beg to differ, and I thought it did feel like baseball. In a way, you don't need to know anything about baseball to play the game, but I thought it did still feel like baseball. He just didn't like that certain players can only hit certain types of, like, this player can only get a double, and this player can only get a home run or an out, and he didn't like that abstractness of it, how they like distilled it down, but I thought it worked great. Good Cop, Bad Cop is an old social deduction game that is one of the few still left in my collection that didn't get culled after I bought and played and then eventually bought Blood on the Clock Tower. This is just kind of unique. You can change factions in it. It's kind of bonkers and crazy and chaotic. This is a good B tier game. Fire in the Library is probably a C tier game. It's a push your luck game. My family likes it quite a bit, and I think there's better ones out there personally, but it's a good one. I've been playing a lot of push your luck recently, and this was one of the earlier ones I've played, but it's kind of fallen a little bit. Next Station London is a roll and write that is staying in my collection because it is so light and easy and anyone can play it. This is an A tier game. Song Den, also known as On Stage, will be a Dice Tower Essentials game soon. This is a trick-taking game, and I adore this game. This is my favorite trick-taker currently. It's about it's based out of Vietnam. I actually ordered mine from Vietnam to get it before I found out it was going to be eventually in the United States. It's about being on stage as an actor or opera singer in Vietnam, and it's super thematic, and I love it. Okay, so the next game up is 1923 Cotton Club. I haven't played this one. I multi-handed solo played it, which I do when I first get a game quite often. I thought it was pretty cool and a lot of meat packed into a tiny little game here. This is by Looping Games, part of the 1900s series that they have. Getting this to the table, excitement tier-wise would be an A. Ultimate Werewolf Inquisition is an old game. This is one of my few deduction games left, and I do it because it's kind of a weird one. That's why it's still in my collection. It is werewolf, but you're playing cards. It's all through card-based play instead of like actual just sitting in a circle type of base play. Really interesting game. It's probably about a B tier right now. Deluxe edition of Rebel Princess. Again, haven't played it with a group of people. I need to really badly. This is A tier as far as I want to wanting to play it. We'll go down to chess real quick. This is C tier. This is a box I got in Poland a long time ago, and I just don't play chess that much, but I do every once in a while with my son. Then we got Bat Flip Dynasty. This is by Scorelander Games. It just came out. As you can tell, I love baseball games, and this is a B. I play it, as I said, Seventh Inning Stretch is a solo game, so that's my solo play. This is the one I want to play with friends. It's all about managing a team. It's not really about baseball. This one's a lot more about baseball than this one is, but you're drafting players in this one and managing a team and trying to get wins. It's very abstracted, but a lot of fun, a lot of dice rolling. It's a light dice chucker. Sears catalog, this is an A-tier game for me as far as card shedders go. I really enjoy this one quite a bit. Xylotar. This is a game I got smitten with. This is an A-tier game. I just finally got asleep so I can play it more because the cards do have a black background, which drives me crazy in games where information can be told, or not a background, but a black border. And so I got to sleep finally, so I'll be able to play it more. But it's a goofy little theme for a game, as you can see there. but a great one. I did a review of it on my channel. Same as with the Sears catalog. Next up is The Six of Eight by Carol LeGros. And this is a cool trick-taking game based off of King Henry and his 6 wives. And really cool one. This is might be an S tier as far as trick-taking games go. That's not a hat. This was A tier. It's probably now down to about a C tier, just because I played it quite a bit. It's a goofy game. It's one of those games that, like Joe Polter, that is just kind of dumb and it shouldn't work, but it does work. And I mean dumb in a good way. It's just like, why does this work? This is not a game, but it is a game. Ninja Camp is probably a C tier for me. This is hey that's my fish. I like this better than Hey That's My Fish. There's some player powers. It's just a little bit neater. It takes up a lot more space though. Salty is a cool Asian trick-taking game that I brought in, that I imported in, and or actually I got it from Tanuki Games that imported it in. And this is a cool one. Highly recommended, B tier. Vivo is getting a new production. I forgot who's doing it. But it's getting a new production. This is the original Asian production, I believe, from Japan. Could be wrong about that. Cool, another cool trick taker. B. Quick Pause. I got with a review copy of a game from Underdog Games, so I haven't played this one yet, but I will get to it eventually. And this is one I need to do review. It's Clash of Corgis by it's kind of like a passion project, self-published game, and I will get to a review on that. So I will give a grade after I do that, because I don't want to right now. So that, and Quick Pause is probably a C tier to get to it. I'll get to it when I do. Vegas, the dice game. This is the Target Black Box Edition, which I've seen is going for a ton of money, but unfortunately mine looks like that at this point. It's an old game that I've had for a long time. This is a B tier game for me. I really enjoy a Vegas dice game. I can just bring this out and play it super quick, super fun. And then Hot Streak is an S tier game for me right now, which is why I'm debating on what I should do with Camel Up and keep it in my collection or not, because Hot Streak is so dang funny. It plays quicker, and it's not that quickness is a big variable for me on if I like a game or not. But in this case, it just makes it more exciting than Camel Up. And the games have been much more fun in general than the games in Camel Up have, where every once in a while there's a dud of a game in Camel Up. I haven't had a dud of a game in Hot Streak. Let's get to my button shy games. This is Cow Tiger Santa Claus. This is a C tier game, maybe even a D tier game, but I do it for my family for road trips. And it's basically, you have to find 3 things, an easy, a hard, and a medium thing. So it just gives us something to do on road trips. Antinomy, I think that's how you pronounce it, is a really cool game. It's about like sliding over and trying to get things lined up correctly. You can play 2-player. I have the solo expansion here as well, which I didn't like as much as the 2-player. Probably a C tier game right now. D tier game, but my son likes it a lot, is Championship Track and Field. He was in track and field when he was younger, like 5 and 6 years old. He was running races, and so I got this game kind of to play with him. It's a little 2-player game, kind of a tug of war type of game. Not really tug of war. You're just trying to get closer to a target number. Super simple. And yeah, he likes it a lot. I'll play it with him. I don't mind it. I don't dislike it, but not something exciting for me. Now let's get something exciting for me. Skulls of Sedlec. This is just such a good game. I have most of the expansions, if not all of them at this point. I think I might be missing 1 or 2, but everything's here. I've gotten this. I bought the base game by myself and then got expansions over time from other people in trades or sales off of Facebook Marketplace. This is an A tier game for me. The only reason why it's not an S tier is because the expansions all have a slightly different printing color than the base game does, so I can kind of tell, and I try not to let myself tell, but I can kind of tell when one card pops up if it's from the base game or the expansion, so that's a little bit on the sad side. Agropolis, another great button shy game. This is like a little rural city building game where you have goals. Super hard. I barely ever win this game. I'll kind of play it in streaks where I'll play it like 10 times in a row until I finally win a game. And that 10%, 1 out of 10 is a high. That's high if I actually achieve that. But Agropolis, really great game. Another A-tier game. Then here is Revolver Noir. This is probably dropped down to a C-tier game. I'm just keeping it because it keeps, my son does like playing it against me. And it is tiny, doesn't take up much space on my shelf. Love Letter. This is a B-tier game. Maybe climbing back up to an A-tier game. I played it a lot when I first got it, then I didn't play it forever. Now I just introduced it to my family, and they all loved it, including my daughter, who is 5, turning 6. So, Love Letter, classic at this point. Everyone's played it, or most everyone's played it, and just a good game. Back on me. Sorry for the annoying light. Let me turn around. So, there's one other game that I want to talk about. Actually, two. One is Fast Sloths. That is maybe a C tier game right now for me. Maybe a B tier. That's kind of right in between those two. C plus, let's say, or B minus. And that is at my friend's house, so I don't have the box. I left it for them after our big Wisconsin little mini convention that we do. A couple people stayed longer than me and really wanted to play the game. They requested me to bring it out, and we didn't get it while I was there, so I just said, keep it out in Wisconsin. I'll get it the next time I come by. So that one isn't here. And then another game that I play a lot, which would be an A-tier game for me, it used to be an S-tier game, is Dynasty League Baseball. As I said, I love baseball games, and that is a simulation, dice chucking, roll, look up on a chart type of sports game. Very old school. I've been playing it since I was maybe a preteen when it was Pursue the Pennant. And then I played it as, I got the game. My friend had it as that version. Then I got Dynasty League Baseball. When it changed to that version, it's basically the same game. And then it went, eventually you could get it on and play on a computer with floppy disks. And I bought a PC because I'm a Mac person. I bought a PC just to get that game, to play that game online because it made a lot of stuff easier. Or not online, just to play it solo basically against myself, and it made a lot of things easier by having that computer. It would keep track of some of the stats, I believe, and now it's completely online. And I haven't played for a while because it is very expensive. It's like $80 some for every 6 months. So I have not renewed my membership for quite a bit of time until it's the right place for us to do so. But it is the best simulation game. I've played quite a few. I've played maybe 3 or 4 different simulation games, from Stratomatic to little ones to ones online, and to like computer game versions of baseball manager type games. And I find Dynasty League to be the best. It's very simple, but yet it still has a lot of meat on the bones and a lot of chart looking up to make it robust at the same time. And even though you're just rolling dice, and lots of times it's like, I'm going to roll the dice just to hit. And I just push a button because I only play online now. I'll just hit a button to pitch or to hit, and the result just tells me what happens. But when it gets to crunch time, the decisions matter a ton, and the best player usually with the best team usually does win. Lots of times you'll play in a draft format where you draft your team and sign them for contracts for X amount of years. So anyways, that's my game collection. As a whole, there is a couple other games. There's like Boggle hidden and Scrabble hidden in a couple shelves around there that are my old school games that I used to play when I was a kid. And Life, which is a game I actually like. Don't come at me for that, but I do like the game of Life as just a spin and move game. I think that one's quite entertaining. That's at my parents' house, and I will still play that every once in a while with my family as well, with my dad and my son. And my daughter. So that is just another game that we'll play, and I don't mind playing a basic mass market game because I like games. So that's it. I know that was a super long video, but hopefully it was entertaining. You got to see my whole collection and what I kind of think about it. Peace, stay cool.